Chair calls Jeffrey Barringer. Please state your name and whether you want to be shown against House Bill 1300.
My name is Jeffrey Barringer. I'm the president and CEO of onlinehobbyist.com, and we're the owners and operators of kingsnake.com, which is the world's largest reptile and amphibian community on the internet. We currently have a registered user base of 500,000 registered users, a substantial portion of which are members or Texans. We started our website 10 years ago. We're based here in the Central Texas area. We started out in Austin, and now we're a little bit north of Georgetown. I'm a longtime reptile person. I'm also I wear a lot of different hats. I've also been a consultant to the United States Department of Agriculture's APHIS program, the Animal Plant Health and Inspection Service, specifically regarding the sales of reptiles and amphibians on the internet. I'm also a consultant to PJAC, the Pet Industry Joint Advisory Council, but I'm only representing my business and my own personal interests here. I do not currently own any snakes whatsoever. I've not owned a snake in 5 years. Not for any other reason other than the fact that, quite frankly, I deal with enough law enforcement on a daily basis in terms of the reptile industry that I didn't need to have questions come up about my own snake ownership. And questions certainly arise, no matter whether it was a gray-banded king snake or a Burmese python. Things like that happen. I got subpoenaed. Our business was subpoenaed 28 times last year for records involving the sales of reptiles and amphibians. I'd like to speak in opposition of this bill simply because the two reasons that you've outlined for doing it, safety and alien species, are not true issues in this particular state. In Florida, where the climate's different, the business economy for the reptile industry is different, it is an issue, and they do meet those laws. You'll have to forgive me, South by Southwest kind of ate my voice 2 weeks ago, and it hasn't come back yet. I had a nice bulleted list of things that I wanted to go over, specifically things like dog bites versus snakes, but we pretty much covered that. We've covered most of the bases that I wanted to cover here. But I wanted to tell you that when I went out researching the subject and when I sent staff members and volunteers out researching the subject from both aspects, the data that we were able to find that would be contrary to what you want to do was overwhelming, whereas the supporting data, in other words, comments or reports of bites through things like the CDC, the Texas Department of Health, which actually references us in many of their websites, it all fell on the side of the snake industry. The numbers are just so insignificant compared to the other issues that we're dealing with that basically you guys are chasing a ghost. You're chasing a problem that doesn't exist. You're legislating a problem that doesn't exist. And you're going to fund, and based on the numbers that I've seen, you're going to substantially underfund for a program to defeat a problem that doesn't exist. Looking at the initial House bill, you had earmarked $125,000 for this. Now, my understanding is that Texas Parks and Wildlife has 500 game wardens. They would be the ones going out writing the tickets, not necessarily collecting the animals, but writing the tickets and putting all the paperwork in place. $125,000 divided by 500 people is only $250. So we're going to equip a game warden for $250 a year to go out and deal with this issue. It's not financially viable. It's an issue. We're going to spend a lot of money on an issue that really doesn't exist. I work closely with agencies such as I don't know if he's still here, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, most of the state wildlife agencies in regarding wildlife crimes. Like I said, we answered 28 subpoenas last year. So I have a pretty good understanding of the ins and outs and the issues that are involved. And we're really spinning our wheels here. We really are. And if I could take a second about the road collecting, I've spent probably
Let's stay on the bill that's before us.
I've spent a year in the field in Texas working with these animals. If you're going to regulate venomous animals, 99% of the people that keep venomous animals in this state keep natives. And if you go out and you count the number of snake bites, there are more snake bites at the rattlesnake roundups than all other snake bites, venomous snake bites in the state of Texas combined. Now, we'll be happy to go out and collate all this data, provide all this data for you. If you'd like, just let me know which data you'd like us to look up. But we've got a huge infrastructure. I'm familiar with setting up huge infrastructures. I used to be a corporate webmaster at Compact, so I know what it takes to have a budget and staff it, put all the pieces together to put this kind of system into place. You're way underfunding it. You're fighting a battle that doesn't exist, and I'll help you if I can. Thank you very much.
Ms. Howard, do you have any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.